अस्सलाम वालेकुम व्यूअर्स, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आज जिस टॉपिक पे बात करने वाले हैं वो है एनाटॉमी ऑफ द आई। चैप्टर 1 है ऑप्थेल्मोलॉजी का। चलिए शुरू करते हैं। एज वी ऑल नो दैट आई इज एन विजुअल ऑर्गन एंड विजुअल organ covers under the ophthalmology. So before we start our lecture, you must have to know about what is ophthalmology. Ophthalmology is a medical science that studies the occurrence, development, and outcome of diseases of visual organs and well as their prevention, diagnosis, and treatment, etc. Let's move on. Uh, we will cover this anatomy of the eye in the segments. There are two main segments of the eye: anterior and the posterior segment. So anterior segment covers all these four: cornea, iris, ciliary body, and the lens. And the region between cornea and the lens uh, is filled with a liquid called aqueous humor, and it is made by the ciliary body and the iris movements. Let's move towards the posterior segment. Posterior segment covers the vitreous humor, retina, choroid, and optic nerves. You can see there is the cornea and the ciliary body. Sorry, the cornea and the lens, and this place is filled with the filled, filled with the aqueous humor. And this place, this space region filled with the vitreous humor. We'll talk about this later. Now we are going to discuss all contents one by one of anterior chamber and after that posterior chamber. Let's start. Let's talk about the cornea. Location and structure. The cornea is transparent part of the eye that covers the front portion of the eye. Functions are here. It covers the pupil opening and at the center of the eye. Iris, it covers the pupil, iris, and the anterior chamber. The cornea main function is to refract or bend the light. The cornea is responsible for focusing most of the light that enters the eye. Anterior segment, cornea's composition is here. The cornea is composed of proteins and cells. It does not contain blood vessels. There is no nutrient supplying blood vessel in the cornea. Tears and the aqueous humor and watery fluid in the anterior chamber provide the cornea with the nutrients. The cornea is composed of 5 layers. First one is epithelium, second was Bowman's layer, third one stroma, and fourth one descendant membrane, and the last one is endothelium. Let's move on, and we're going to talk about iris. The iris is a flat and ring-shaped membrane behind the cornea of the eye with an adjustable circular opening in the center called pupil. This is the structure that provides as an individual with eye color, just like our fingerprints. Together with the pupil, the iris is responsible for regulating the amount of light that gets into the eye. Too much or too light can hamper vision. The muscular iris moves to shrink the pupil if there is too much light, and widen if they are not enough. This is the involuntary action function controlled by the brain. The iris is made up of almost entirely of connective tissues and smooth muscle fibers. Despite a common belief, actual change in color of the iris rarely happens. While the color of an eye may appear to change, this is typically due to lighting change or perception based of nearby colors. Iris function is adjust the light in the eye to ensure clear vision. Pupils is is flexible in measurement, 2.5 millimeter to 4 millimeter. Iris structure is iris surface uneven fold. Iris inside the pupil sphincter and pupil open muscle. The former by parasympathetic innervation, the department of pupil. The latter is inverted by sympathetic nerve department detailed. Iris rolling wheel, iris divided into pupil area and the ciliary region. Ciliary body. Ciliary body is a part of middle layer of the eye, layer of the ball of the eye. The ciliary body is found behind the iris and includes the ring-shaped muscle and muscle that changes the shape of the lens when the eye focuses. It also makes the clear fluid that fills the region between the cornea and iris. Let's talk about lens. Lens of the eye, also called crystalline lens, is an important part of the eye's anatomy that allows the eye to focus on object and varying distances. It is located behind the iris and in front of vitreous body. The lens is made up of almost entirely of proteins. It can change shape and behind the light to focus properly on the retina. The primary function of the lens is to bend and focus light to create the sharp image. Functions of lens, refractive stroma, and complete the regulation of the eye, filter part of the ultraviolet rays, and retina protection. Let's move forward to posterior segment. Vitreous humor. The vitreous humor comprises a large portion of the eyeball. It is clear gel-like substance that occupies the space behind the lens and in front of the retina at the back of the eye. The vitreous humor performs a crucial role in protecting our eye. Most significantly, it helps in holding its typical surface, spherical shape. It also comes in contact with the retina. The pressure of vitreous humor helps to keep the retina stable and in place. So here's the retina. Retina is the thin layer of tissue that lies at the back of the eye on the inside. It is located near the optic nerve. The purpose of retina is to receive the light that the lens has focused, converted the light into neural signals and send these signals on the brain for visual recognition. The retina controls the light and that enters into your eyes into electrical signals your optic nerve sends to your brain, which creates the image you see. It's a key part of your vision. The retina is the layer at the very back of your eyeball. Has a part choroid, a thin layer of tissue that is part of middle layer of the wall of eye between the sclera and the retina, layer of nerve tissue at the back of the eye. The choroid provides oxygen and nourishment to the outer layers of the retina along with the ciliary body and iris. The choroid forms the uveal tract. We'll talk about later about the uveal tract in another video, because this video is going to be too large if we are going to talk about uveal tract. Here's the last thing, optic nerve. The optic nerve is a bundle of more than 1 million nerve fibers, also known as the second cranial nerve or cranial nerve 2, CN2. It is the second of several pairs of cranial nerves. It transmits sensory information for vision in the form of electrical impulses from the eye to the brain. That's all for today. Hope you like my video. Please do like, subscribe my channel, and do not forget to hit the bell icon. Allah Hafiz.